From the capital city on the Isthmus, beautiful, picturesque Madison, Wisconsin. We're into the final week of the AU Pro Volleyball Championship. New captain last week, Reagan Cooper, led her team to an undefeated round of play, so she remains in the captain's chair, and in second place on the leaderboard, she will face off with the veteran Dani Drews, who finished third in this championship in 2022, looking to podium once again as the Book of Unlimited and all the hardware is here. Welcome to the Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Champions Week, presented by Baden. Our first match of the evening, 2 will be played. Features Team Drews taking on Team Cooper. This is Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center here in Wisconsin. Look at our leaderboard. This will be live updated throughout the weekend. This is how we finished back at the end of the third week of play. Jordan Thompson in control. So many other athletes have a shot at standing on the podium from 2 through 8. So much yet to be decided. Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Barnett. I'll be your host for this Champions Week. We have 6 matches to be played, 3 nights of play, 2 each night. And as we like to do on our first evening with new teams, new captains, we like to get them together with our Olympian, Key Michael.
We love a friends to enemies matchup, and we've got one of the best here. Dani, you're going up against your former captain. You stole a couple of players. What was your strategy?
Yeah, Alicia, my coach this week, really helped me get prepared for the draft, and we wanted to just get some solid arms out on the pin and then get some great blocking middles, and felt really happy with, the players that we got.
Well, we'll see if it's enough to take on your former captain. You are nipping at the heels of Jordan Thompson. What do you need to do to make sure you get a medal here in the final week?
I just need to keep trusting my game and trusting the people around me. My biggest goal every week is just to get a team win, and if I get MVP or if I do well, that's just a plus, but at the end of the day, I'm playing for them, so hopefully it ends up in my favor and everybody else's favor.
Well, best of luck to both of you. Final week starts right now.
Reagan Cooper talks about the people around her. Just 2 repeats in this season. This is how it works. 44 elite domestic and international players in a couple of different cities this year. And your individual success in this league, your spot on that leaderboard is determined by team success first in percentage total, your own stats second. And then we do have the top 4 as captains. So we have our final captains for the week. Thompson and Hentz are our other 2 who will be playing in match number 2. But we are about to get ready for match number 1. I think the scene is set and we're ready to kick it off. Just Taylor Sambothi and Claire Chassé back with the orange side of Team Cooper. This is Les Drews Blues for Dani Drews, the one-time Utah star and now professional player. A lefty who drafted herself into the opposite spot, which is one of the more interesting stories this weekend. She had been at opposite, she's at outside hitter now. Actually drafted herself into the outside hitter position by virtue of selecting an opposite in Brittany Abercrombie, who you are not going to take out of that spot. And she will get the very first swing, and Brittany Abercrombie goes through the block just long, no touch, and the ball is out. First point to Team Cooper. Key, what do you think about Dani Drews putting herself at outside hitter for this final week? She had so much success at the opposite.
Well, I think as outside hitter, she has more opportunity to control the game and dictate the game. And I think as a captain, you want to have that kind of impact on a match, especially if it's your final week and you've got a chance to get a medal.
All right, well, Team Drews has set their top 2 draft picks in successive opportunities. Brittany Abercrombie first. That was Natalia Zio Pereira. Natalia of Brazil with that second swing, and it was successful, and that will send number 12, the multiple-time Olympic medalist and world champion, to the line. Working on the other captain, Cooper, who will pass and swing. Score 1 for number 20.
The other thing I'm watching out for on this orange side is there's a lot more ball control. Her first pick, Hoffman, a ball control outside. Very different than what I was expecting.
That ball blocked straight down, but it is just inside of Sophie Fisher, who has had herself a breakout year at the middle blocker position. Fisher comes in second in blocks.
There's your answer. Putting Drews on the outside. And especially with Abercrombie. I think this is such a huge triple threat between herself, Abercrombie, and Natalia.
Serena Gray, who's been a rather offensive force over the last couple of matches, serves that one long. She will transition out. Peanut Pinoy, the libero for Les Blues. will sub in. Sydney Hilly, setter for Team Cooper. One-time Wisconsin stars. That ball does get through the block. We'll have to try and go over. Reagan Cooper comes up a little short with that roll shot. Brittany Abercrombie, reigning champion. Had a little bit rougher run of it this year. Abercrombie with the dig. And the third lefty on the floor hits that one just wide. That's Micah Hancock in setting. How often do you ever see a team in the world with 3 left-handed players, P. Michael?
Not very often, I have to say. It's definitely an underrated little skill to have, a little feather in your cap. But I would say 90% of players are right-handed, so it's hard to do.
From one lefty to another, she'll chop it down the line. That will not get past Manami Kojima. Hoffman, free ball over. Here comes the whole offense with Tori Dexon at the head of it. Temi Thomas-Ailara, perfect connection for that roll shot. 5-3, Cooper.
Temi Thomas-Ailara didn't see a whole lot of playing time last week, ended up on the bench, so she was the second pick for Cooper. And another question for me coming in.
There's the captain getting into form. Dani Drews with the kill off the left-hand side, hitting off the right hand of Temi Thomas-Ailara. Brittany Abercrombie in at 10th, probably not in the conversation to get on the leaderboard this year, to get into one of those medal spots. The reigning champ has had a very different journey than she did in 2024 as that ball is tapped through and down. Sophie Fisher, player on the rise, comes in at 33rd, but has a season high 6 solo blocks in the second match last weekend. Hilly with the play there. The hands from Fisher. Joust won by Sanbothi alongside Hoffman.
I'm also noticing Hilly in that starting setting spot. If you watch the snake draft, how it unfolded, Drews actually stole 2 setters and Marley Montserrat as her backup setter before Cooper had even had a chance to take a setter, leaving her with Hilly as her best option.
Hoffman with the dig. Temi Thomas-Ailara with the transition and just misses wide. As the leaderboard pops in, that will be ever changing as soon as you serve a ball. Players are getting pluses and minuses. Of course, those big ones are the points for each set. 40 points for a set, 60 points for an overall victory. Perfect pass from the captain, Cooper, and then through the seam from her opposite, Temi Thomas-Ailara. Temi Thomas-Ailara hitting .210 on the season, 7 blocks, no aces. Wonder how they can best leverage her. How do you think, Kias, Thomas-Ailara goes to jump serve?
Well, I think she's one of those players that you have to use her in system. If you try and rely on her too much out of system or those junk balls, she's not going to have the production like someone like Jordan Thompson or Abercrombie. So I like the idea of using her sparingly, and especially if you have a team where you've got someone like Sanbothi and Cooper on the other side, I think that balance can be really important.
So we'll see how well Thomas-Ailara takes up that spot as Micah Hancock rips off a jump serve to Hoffman. Pinoy with the dig. Natalia, ooh, that was a vicious swing. Hoffman with another dig. Opportunity to swing in this one. Abercrombie straight down with the kill.
It's a good decision by Hoffman for that roll shot to try and get Natalia out of the offense. She does so really well, gets her on the floor, but then Abercrombie's been working that cross shot. We've seen her last week get more comfortable with that. That's kind of what she did all year long last season, was cut that just underneath the block and short.
Abercrombie is one of 2. Hancock just long. From my point of view, thinking about a captain's challenge, perhaps, of the women in blue. I think that's a good no call there. Let the challenge go by. 2 challenges per team per set as Claire Hoffman steps back to serve. Valued highly, #1 pick for Team Cooper. Back row, and that ball is straight down the pipe. 2 for 2 is Drews out of that back row spot. I wonder with Claire Hoffman, Key, hitting .210, not an incredibly out of this world efficiency. 4 aces on 5 errors, 3 blocks, 172 receptions, just 9 errors. But I think I found the number that explains why Claire Hoffman went so high. Hoffman passes that one, and she will collect the easy kill high line. Claire Hoffman's perfect pass percentage is 58%. That is second in the league, trailing only Manami Kojima with 60. So what a passing duo this could be for Team Cooper this week.
Yeah, I think, and that goes to the point of why she was drafted so high, is Cooper knows that she's going to be the point scorer, right? And she's maybe picked up Thomas Alar to do the same, and some pretty offensive weapons through the middle. So she wants to make sure that she gets that good pass, gets that first contact good.
And does that keep Cooper in all the way around to make her a threat from the back row as well? If you have those two passers, can you leave yourself?
That's a really good point. And that's a perfect example of it. Hoffman there stepping in to take that responsibility off of Cooper as we're talking about it, and she's able to run her offense. So you're exactly right. We saw her only play 1/2 of the rotations the last few weeks, but if she has more strength in that position, in that passing role, then she could be an all-around player.
You nailed it, Key, and we saw it. Drews. Hoffman with a dig, providing opportunity. Cooper can't convert this one. Yes, she can, actually. Good bounce right back into the right front. So that's a little bit different payoff, but the same result. Hoffman with the ball control, Cooper with the offense, and Sydney Hilly to serve with a 3-point lead. That overpass dunk easily converted by Dixon. But we're going to have some question here as to whether play should have continued. I don't know what you're going to challenge, though. You can't really challenge that the ball should not have been called a lift. Our up official for this match, Julie Vogt. Landry Hamscher back on duty at R2.
I think the discussion is exactly as you mentioned. You cannot challenge a subjective call from the referee.
Now, Cooper has the last 3 kills for her side. I think she's going to be 0 for 1 on arguments with Julie Vogt here. But she may have had an argument for sure. Doesn't matter, play continues. Good pass. Thomas Ilara trying to slap that one. Good placement by 2-5 in orange.
And to answer our question on queuing comes Claire Chaussee, perhaps to go across the back, at least to serve Cooper, if not to play all the way around the back. But I think that's what she drafted, is options. Cooper has a lot that she can work with. She only has 2 players from her team last week, all brand new. Only Claire Chaussee and Taylor Sambothi returning.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out offensively. So far, it's looked really good, hitting 530 as a group early on here in set 1. Little mishandle there on the easy overpass. Kojima trying to scoop. TTA. That ball's going to be over. Semi Thomas Ilara is going to put another point on the board for her side.
And that's where she shines, right? Those kind of moments, an overpass like that should, I don't know if the percentage is exact, but 90% of the time, that should be point for the attacker. And I think that's exactly where she does really, really well in those kind of balls.
Chaussee stays at the line. Good defensive alignment here for them with Hilly and Kojima in the back row. Oh, and in the front row, the defense is there. Thomas Ilara with the big right hand will send us to the technical timeout, 15-10. A perfect start for Team Cooper, who was undefeated last week and reconstituted this week. In our final week, who's in the conversation to win those medals? 4 of them to be given out. Key will tell you next. The Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Champions Week is presented by Baden. Our previous champions, Jordan Larson, Betania De La Cruz, Brittany Abercrombie on the heels of last year. And who will win this year? She doesn't control it, but Key Michael knows who will win. Team Cooper off to a good start, 15-10 in the chase here, Key.
Well, it might be pretty much locked in for number 1. Jordan Thompson has been dominating all season long. However, the race for a medal is very much still alive, and let me show you why. Here's how it stands right now. Number 2 through 8 are down here. These players have, the blue number is what they have right now. And I've also done a little bit of math. So if you add this orange number, that's the least amount of points that each player has won in a week. And the purple is the most amount that they've won in any given week. So by my calculations, there's still a lot of movement that could happen. For example, Natalia, she had 1 week where she scored 851 points and 1 week where she scored only 406. So I imagine she's going to end up somewhere in here. But as you can see, she could move all the way up to second position if she has a good week. So if you're thinking it's done, it is absolutely not. There's still so much to play for. And this is my math board to show it. Hope that's clear.
It's looking like we're going to have an opposite atop the board for the second time in successive seasons. It was 3 outside hitters: Jordan Larson, Betty Dela Cruz, Leah Edmond, followed by Brittany Abercrombie. Reagan Cooper hoping to put a medal around her neck at that outside hitter position, which she appears to have a ton of upside left during her just begun career. A couple of seasons out after finishing her collegiate days at Kansas 2 years ago as Chassé continues service. Hilly was all over that dump, reading it, and popped to the corner. Sophie Fisher with a turn and score. Thomas Ilara had scored 3 in a row. We'll see if Fisher can add on to that. Thomas Ilara had 2 kills in that block that sent us the technical timeout. Chassé, dig. And out of the back row, she's over. Her left foot had the toes on the line. Individual stat points do matter. MVP points will drop in as well. Dani Drews has collected her share of MVP points with fine performances during individual matches. 4th time Dani Drews sits in that chair. Oh, that ball takes a little skip off the top of the tape and bounces off Manami Kojima. Point Drews. We'll look at just the top 10 as they sit, as Manami gets encouragement from her teammates. Temi through the block and down once again. She's off to an excellent start now. 5 kills on 8 swings, just 1 error. Paying off at that opposite position. Outside ball is really short. Thrown back by Senbothi. Natalia with the kill there, getting past the block, and that'll be an interesting follow here for Team Cooper. Key Michael. Sophie Fisher, 3rd in total blocks with 20. Dixon has 22, McCage has 25. They're at 1 and 2. Senbothi, 4th with 16 blocks, and the first time these two have been paired.
Yeah, I love this combination here. Senbothi, we already know what a powerful blocker she is, how dominant she is in that position. I love this combination.
Temi trying to go through the hands, and she does just that. Not called initially, and then Julie Vogt is on the spot with the call. No argument from the other side. Properly scored 18-13 as you look at Taylor Senbothi, who had kind of a breakout blocking week last week to go along with the 44 kills on the season. She's fond of that backslide as that ball is channeled out of bounds by Senbothi and company. 19-13. Boy, a big lead already. +6 here in our first set. Remember, we play on aggregate for that overall victory. So the bigger your advantage in this first set, the bigger advantage you're going to carry when it comes to the overall late in the match. Hilly, Senbothi, oh, no top spin on that one. Missed connection.
And there's the problem with changing setter every single week. You have to keep getting used to a different speed and a different height every time you touch the ball.
Senbothi last week, her primary setter was Marley Montserrat, who had a terrific week as the starter. This week alongside Hilly, one-time Big Ten rival. at least rival schools, not really overlapping careers. Sam Bothy, now the grizzled veteran. She was doing the splits earlier, and I said, were you a dancer earlier? She goes, nope, I'm just old. I have to maintain my flexibility so I can stay in this game. Manami scoops it. Oh, that may have been able to accept a swing. Gray will accept any swing you'll give her. First kill for number 15.
She went off last week. She was a huge contributor to her side, and one of the players that had to be stopped, had to be slowed down. I'm not surprised that she went so high in the draft.
Yeah, Saturday, that was the second match of last week. She had MVP 1 honors, 13 kills, and 230 leaderboard points for Serena Gray, who blocks in the middle front right now. Got a piece of that one, but not enough off of Cooper. Reagan Cooper is 5 by 5. That's 1,000, boys and girls. They call it 1,000.
She's batting 1,000.
Sam Bothy, a tough server. Chance generated. Same combination. Back row to the front row. Hoffman, Hilly, and Cooper if you're scoring at home.
And Cooper, we talk about it a lot, how she looks like Jordan Thompson, her physicality and how she goes up so high to attack the ball at her peak. That's why she's so successful.
Driving it deep, Sam Bothy. Tip, I think that came up just in front of Reagan Cooper. Whose ball should that be, Key?
It depends on what system you're running. So if there's a shorter blocker in front, you imagine that the defender down the line is going to want to stay a little bit deeper. Hilly, the blocker there, so.
She's a little bigger, right, at 6 foot? Oh, well, Key's 6'5", so she frowns upon people who are 6 feet tall as that ball finds the bottom of the net. You can say it. You have a tall bias. That's fine.
If you're looking at the lineup in the front court and you've got Cooper, Fisher, and Hilly, Hilly's still the weaker blocker.
Okay, very good.
Maybe not weaker blocker, but the position you might want to attack.
Can't wait till she sees you later.
I know, I'm in trouble.
Tough serve.
I'm a heightist.
Drews powering her way through just inside of Sophie Fisher.
And a perfect example why height actually does not count for everything. Drews so smart with that swing. She gets up super early. We've seen what she does in the gym, the work that she's putting in to be able to get the vert that she has.
Kojima, perfect pass. 2 touches, how about a third? Yes, got it. Do you go right back to Fisher? No, you go to Cooper on the right side, and Cooper continues her perfect start, 7 for 7.
She's so casual with it, too. Doesn't she look as if she's just floating in the air and it takes 0 effort at all?
A casual 1,000?
Just casual greatness.
All right, casual set point here for her side. 24-17, looking for a good advantage coming out of this first frame. Dixon, got it. And every point matters here. We've seen teams rally at the end of this first set, and that figure when we come to the end of that third.
Yeah, we've seen some big comebacks in the last couple of weeks.
Hoping for a couple here. Chassé, good pass. And a throwdown by Claire Hoffman finishes set number 1. 25-18 for Team Cooper. An outstanding 7-point victory, and that'll put 40 points in each player's total on the leaderboard for that set 1 victory. Breaking out the orange glasses. It is a vitamin C covered world in the first. We'll see how Les Drews Blues respond when we return.
I'm here in the merch shop with Temmie and Kevin. I have a challenge for you guys. Who can pick out the best outfit for the other person? You have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
How long is 30 seconds? I don't even know what size he is.
Pants? Are there pants?
I've worn a crop top on air before, so she can just pick out whatever she wants.
None of you guys went for the camo? I can't believe it.
I got a cup for water just in case he gets thirsty while he's on air. And this little Athletes Unlimited bear to sit with you guys. This little matching band that matches the blue in case you get cold. A sweatshirt to rep Madison.
I mean, we're closer to to the East Coast than we were before, right?
Might be a tight squeeze, I don't know.
I appreciate that she thought of me as being soft, no longer able to handle Midwest winter, Midwest fall. I went with the prerequisite bear. Then we had a hat and a water bottle that has all the stickers and all kinds of just flair. Temmie can actually get in with this credential. We're keeping her warm.
And immerse.
Well, it's immersed when I have it.
I got Kevin this hat too. Hopefully he's nicer on game days, but maybe not.
Sorry about the crop top tip.
Who gets MVP here today? Let me know.
You can rep your favorite volleyball athlete. I like those hero shirts. Those are my favorite. The AU Pro Shop has player t-shirt options available for the entire 2025 roster. Check out our online store at shop.auprosports.com. Temmie Thomas Ilara in the first set was excellent alongside her captain. TTA responsible alongside the captain for a total of 13 of the 17 kills.
Yeah, 7 full points she had in that set, and we talked about her efficiency being slightly lower over the last couple of weeks, but she is fitting right in to this balanced offense that Cooper's put together. She's finding ways to find the floor, and that's what you have to do in that position. An opposite has to be able to get those balls out of system at any time. Cleaning it up.
TTA 6 kills on 10 attempts to go along with that big stuff block. As we get underway here in set 2, Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael. That is Olympian and medalist Micah Hancock with the serve, and Olympian and medalist Natalia with the dig to Brittany Abercrombie for the kill. Maybe Olympian and medalist is in the future Brittany Abercrombie. TBD.
With Puerto Rico?
Yeah, they've made it once before.
I like it. Put it in the universe. Manifest it.
Cooper handles a tough pass. She'll get it to her side. That is high over the block. Natalia finds TTA right there on the line. Abercrombie. High, deep corner. That is a winner. And that'll keep 92, Micah Hancock at the line.
Yeah, I think this combination, Drews and Abercrombie, they're tied for second most kills behind Thompson with 120 kills each coming into this match. Excited to see if that offense gets going a bit more.
There's the 5th service error for the Drews side. The Cooper side, 0. They have made Drews earn every side out here. Sam Bothy, they scored in her rotation last time. She had 1 shorter, 1 deeper. She'll drive this one. Keeping Drews off the net. Opportunity here for Cooper. Hoffman steps in and calls it. Pinoy in the perfect spot. Hilly trying to get past Pinoy, cannot. 2 digs for Pinoy, that's plus 10, and plus 12 for Sophie Fisher, adding to her block total. Fisher came in 3rd in total blocks. Now she has 21. There is Serena Gray, continuing that role from week 3.
Yeah, that's the Gray that we got used to seeing last week. Efficient, effective. She's so springy when she gets that ball high enough. I love seeing her as part of this offense.
That was the right shade of gray?
Perfect.
Excellent. Short serve.
It was only 50.
That one is out for an ace. Natalia dropping it on Cooper. So with that, it's plus 12 for the ace for Natalia there, and you're going to take some negative points for a reception error. That would be negative 12 to that of Reagan Cooper's individual score. Better pass this time. Over the top, Pinoy with another dig. She has 15 points the last couple of rallies. Manami Kojima adds to her total, and there getting those points back is Cooper.
I like the idea from the blue side to try and target her in the reception. She's not playing backcourt, but she still does have to play a part of that reception unit in certain rotations. So try and get her to take that first ball. It's always a good idea.
Thomas Ilara had tip coverage that time. And again through the hands. Yeah, Cooper's calling for it, I believe you're going to get a challenge immediately. I think it's going to be successful based on our vantage point.
Yeah, 6 hands in the air, possibly even 12.
So 2 captain's challenges per team per set. You don't carry them over. You're just at 2 to start the set here, and Reagan Cooper will use her first. Looking for a touch off Britt Abercrombie here.
Oh, yeah. The finger wiggle, dead giveaway.
It's better than it being cut off in a pumpkin.
You're gonna have to explain.
Well, it's Halloween.
Review, the challenge for block touch is successful. Orange gets the ball.
Successful and quickly. Landry Homsher with the call. Thank you, Landry. And thank you, Challenge Home Office in Nashville. Good work. So 1 challenge remaining for Cooper in this set as Hilly serves. Perfect pass. Another kill for Gray. And one excited Key Michael revels in it.
Because when she gets the ball that is best for her, she is really one of those players that, I hate to use the word unstoppable because you can defend anyone at any time, but she is so good, so hard hitting.
Jalen Winters into serve, play some back row here, 61. Got a little bit of run last week. Dory Dixon with the kill, back-to-back middle attacks, good for Drews.
And Hancock's onto something here, feed your middle. She's been working those higher balls to Abercrombie and to Drews, now kind of establishing that middle zone.
Got her first start of the season, did Winters last week in a reserve role here in match 1. Nearly dropped that one in front, instead she scoops it off the ground. And they're gonna call that one over, and the reason is the second contact is much looser this year, but if you do send it over on a double, they'll call it.
Yeah, and effectively, as soon as the orange player touches it, it turns into an attack by the orange side, and that can't be doubled.
Already 9 kills for Cooper. Even volleyball is not going to be enough for Drews. They trailed by 7 coming out of that first set. And here it'll be 6-6. So you start looking at that match score below, and you see that Cooper has a 31-24 advantage. They still carry that point lead built in the first. Ball thrown deep, Cooper runs it down. Talia with the dig. Manami sitting in the pocket, waiting on it. And Cooper commits her first hitting error right there. Cooper out of bounds. So we have a chance now to talk to Onye Ofebu. Onye, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
And your glasses look lovely. What's the name of your team this week?
We are Cooper's Hawks, and our captain got these glasses for us.
That is very, very nice. Tell us about your experience here at Athletes Unlimited. You've jumped into a pro career directly out of Oregon last year. It's been a quick ramp to learning this new level.
Yeah, it's been really exciting playing with some people here. Some people here I've never thought I'd even be in the same gym with them, so it's so exciting, so much fun. And I love that we get to switch teams each week, so I get to experience new players, new styles, and things like that.
You did a little bit of karate as a kid. Have you shown any of your moves to your teammates so far?
We're doing a karate move practically, like this.
Show me.
Like this, and then a leg kick if I really want to, if I'm feeling fun.
As a player here at Athletes Unlimited, what do you think is the hardest part about changing teams every week? We're in the final week now, but do you feel like you've gotten a rhythm?
Yeah, we've played with different teams, but I've played with the same setters the past 3 weeks, actually, so that's been pretty nice to gain a connection with them. But other than that, learning from new people, watching players. Last week I was with Jordan Thompson. She's very inspirational. I like to watch her play, and we have tons of people like that in this league, so it's been really fun like that.
Well, speaking of this match in particular, you had a great first set. What do you think your team needs to do to roll that over now that Drew's side has kind of come back?
I think we had good serve receive in the last set, and if we keep that going, we're going to be in system a lot, and that could keep a lot of space in the block so our attackers can have more room.
Onye, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the Cooper's Hawks. Good information there from Onye. Good scouting. It's a medium-sized raptor with rounded wings, long tails, and adapted for hunting in forests and, Key, at bird feeders.
Oh, and on volleyball courts, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. They are hunting here in the second. He's going to hunt for that dig as it goes deep into the night. They're looking for a lot from number 12, Natalia. 14, Drews. 4 kills so far on 14. Going to want better stats than that. Sambothi turned. And Hilly misses connection there with the hand as the ball spins out of bounds. 11-9. That combo out of the middle, successful. Drews over the top of Gray.
I think Drews is one of those rare players that's more comfortable from the back, or equally so as the front court. She has a really good vision when she sees the blockers in front of her on which direction she should hit.
Hilly up high, Sambothi as well. Natalia with the touch and the turn swing. Cannot get it down in front of Ilara. Redirect is good from Sambothi, a smart veteran play from Taylor Sambothi, number 41 in orange. Made a huge move on the leaderboard, did Sambothi, from 24th to 14th this last week. With all that success alongside Reagan Cooper. 3-0 on the weekend. The Cooper's Troopers, as Natalia now has caught fire a bit, her 6th kill.
Yeah, we've seen some weeks when Natalia's just gone off. When she was with Thompson, she had her best week. Set the standard, set the level that now the teams expect from her.
Natalia's super engaging. Get a chance to chat her up, do so.
Yeah.
She says she just loves talking about volleyball, loves learning and talking to new people here as this United States experience continues for her. Pass that one short. Sambothi plays it. Long distance set to Cooper. For the moment stopped. Deep corner, that's a winner. Staying on the power is number 20. In racing circles, they call that pin it to win it. Just open the throttle up, even though the situation isn't ideal. Off the net, Reagan Cooper let loose. Through the block and down. Natalia, successive kills here. I think 3 for her last 3, now 7 total.
And that's a difficult swing for her. The ball floating off the net. She's falling a little bit backwards, still finds a way to get her momentum going forward and attack that block.
Captain showing some possibilities there. Perfect pass, big swing. Fisher with 1 block. This will be a difficult one. How aggressive will she be? Pretty conservative and out of bounds. So we have reversed the momentum of the first set. It was 15-10 in the technical timeout for Team Cooper. Here it's Team Drews that leads.
You'll get set today. Tonight's your night, so sets and blocks and aces and digs. You're gonna be back there scooping. Nails. You were nails all week. Ah! This is perfect for you. Air Claire. Air Claire.
Take flight tonight, boys.
That explains it.
Okay.
The Hawks.
Like the Golden Hawk? It's a Cooper's Hawk.
Cooper's Hawks.
Yep. An opportunistic bird.
Air Claire, I think I heard in there as well.
I like that.
I'm loving it. They don't have to be orange. Your team doesn't have to be orange every week. Never seen an orange hawk, though, I have to say.
At least not that color. She's doing it right now. Temi Thomas-Ilar inspiring her teammates. They're going to need a little bit of it here. They trail by 4, and they have not led in this second set. They finished the first 25-18, so they still carry that lead, 36-33. You're going to want to watch that. That is our overall score for those 60 team points. This is Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center. We're going to hand out all of the hardware come Sunday. Matches tonight as well as on Saturday and Sunday, 2 in the evening. It's our first of 2, Drews and Cooper facing off. It'll be Hentz versus Thompson later in the night. Go to auprosports.com. If you want to see that second match, it'll tell you where to tune in. Right now you're enjoying match number 1. Long backslide, gets a good bounce, so Fisher with the kill. Fisher 3 for 8.
Yeah, utilized pretty sparingly in the offense, but since this second set, Cooper's had a little bit less success. So they're having to use some other attackers.
Well, Sydney Hilly and the team hit 450 in the first. Here in the second, they are decidedly off that number at 140 and trying to pick up a little bit of momentum. But falling further behind here, Drews, 16-12. Winters back to serve once again. Served and made a defensive play last time. Both teams still with 2 timeouts. Kojima, perfect pass. Cooper elevates, looking for a touch. Got it.
Yeah, I was surprised to look at the numbers. In set 1, Cooper was hitting 100%, right? 7 for 7. Then we looked at the numbers in the second set. She's only had 3 kills on 15 attacks, according to the numbers.
She's one of those hitters that can turn it around, though. Kill 5 in a row, 6 in a row, and really make the story a far different one than it was moments before. Bad pass here off a Chassé serve. That ball bounces through the block. Good carom for the women in blue.
And I like bringing Drews inside a little bit. That ball not all the way to the pin. They're forcing the block to move with her.
Drews now 10th match with 10+ kills. Cooper's in that conversation as well. She's had 8. Tamasai Lara looking for double figures. She hasn't had too many opportunities for that this season. Nice play by Abercrombie. More than an opposite. Paying off with another Drews kill. Drews now 11 kills, hitting north of 500. Abercrombie playing a sporting role, just 3 kills, hitting 8%. That ball is going to leave the playing surface.
Good hustle by the blue side. We talk a lot about how every single point is important. They have the lead here, but you have to have that kind of hustle mentality every time you touch the ball.
Drews high off the net. It'll go to Abercrombie on the right with a tip. Dixon through the double block and down. Drews really steadied out the offense here in this second. What's been different?
Well, I like the addition of the middles offense. We saw Serena Gray get a few more balls. She's already on 3 points in this set. Dixon now on 2, and I think Hancock recognized that the big pin hitters were getting bigger blocks in front of them, so she's just moving the ball around in the front court.
Team hit 260 as a group in that first set. Here in the second set, they're hitting 380, have not only raised their own level, but also cut in to the Team Cooper side. Temi with another dig. She might have double-figure digs in this one. Go for long. Hoffman with the kill.
It feels to me like a bonus whenever Hoffman gets a score, because we talk about her being such a ball control attacker, or ball control passer, excuse me, that her offense, I don't think, is the main reason that Cooper brought her on board.
She's had breakout matches, though. Another bang through there from Natalia. Natalia has really picked up her level and her output here in the second set. 5 kills on 11. Both stuffed. Plus 12 for Natalia.
I was watching Natalia's movement there, really disciplined with her arms, just steps in front of the block, doesn't pay attention to anything except where Sambothia's going, and it pays off.
21-16, Team Cooper unable to cut into that advantage, and you see what it's done to the overall match score. 41-39. Drews was at a deficit coming out of that 25-18 first set. They have all but erased it. Team Drews has been making some defensive plays here, Key, to go along with the increased offense.
And 29 digs already on the night, and we knew they were going to be a highly defensive team. These are kind of the reason that some of these players were picked, were these pop-ups that you're going to see. One of them from Panoy, another one on the other side there, Jaylee Winters getting it done. But a lot of times the coaches, captains will draft not only for the offensive output, but specifically for how these players react in the backcourt, and Drews has some of the best.
I was wondering how it might go defensively for this group, keyed by Panoy.
You had to look at some of the digging numbers coming into tonight. 3 players in the top 6 of the digs of this season are wearing that blue jersey, so you can expect them to be getting those good touches.
Can they get another here? Good touch. It's just out of reach for Tori Dixon.
And this one goes the way of Cooper's side, but just to put it in perspective, that defense, we talk about all the time, how offense will sell tickets, but defense can win championships because it just elongates rallies and allows your team to turn that defense into offense if the balls come off the floor.
Thomas Ilara with more defense. Hoffman played indoor and beach at Washington. Using the chip shot there, here looking for a little more power, and pop is the offense. Cooper got it. One angle, one line, 2 swings, 1 kick.
The range on Cooper, she's just showing off at this point. That first one giving Natalia a taste of her own medicine with the wrist away. That's typically what Natalia does to other teammates, or other teams, I should say. But you saw Cooper go cross, then she goes down the line. The better players in the world, that's exactly what they do. They'll never hit the same swing twice.
Yeah, in those double figures, 12 kills now, 410 the efficiency for the captain, Reagan Cooper. A lot of help into the middle there from Cooper, paid off. Aggressive swing there, Drews down and then up. Manami just got there. That was a tough free ball. And even better block, Sydney Hilly. Heard you earlier, Key Michael, take that. Do not disparage Sydney Hilly in her home College State.
I think she's a phenomenal blocker, and especially when she gets that ball up early. She's recognizing where Natalia wants to go, and it's her inside arm that does all the damage.
3-0 run. Nice dig by Cooper that time. Natalia with an end to it. Both outside attackers going sharp and sharper.
Yeah, if you're scouting Natalia, that's on the report. Wrist away, inside shot that she can just pummel that inside the 3-meter line. Inside 2 meters, 1 meter even.
Manami taking a lot of space. Making a good pass of it. Dani with the dig here. Natalia, where will she go? Little slide. Temi Thomas picks it up. Cooper puts it away. Temi Thomas Ilara is digging a lot of swings. That is 8 digs now and 13 kills for her captain.
Impressive numbers.
220. Will Cooper rally and take this set? Those 40 set points hang in the balance. Gray's not having it.
And I love that Hancock continues to feed her. She's had a couple of sets so far that she hasn't been able to put away, but have been good swings that have put the other team in difficult positions. So Hancock just continues to find her, knowing that eventually that's going to happen.
Cooper, Fisher, Hilly, the front row. Oh, Panoy in the pocket. To score, Dani with the tip. Everybody down, including the ball. Team Drews is going to a set point.
That sparkly blue hair is lucky.
Always interesting to see what the captains do. A little team bonding. Pinoy, touch. Oh, that is a beautiful set. Sharp to Drews. Full offensive compliment here for Team Drews. Gray with the finish. Just give it to Gray. 6 kills on 11 swings for Serena Gray and 40 points to everyone on the Drews side. 25-18 in the first and a fine response in the second. 25-20. We will head to the third and deciding set at 45-43 when we return. Walk-ins are a big deal. Chance to show your personality, Key Michael.
There's a lot of personality on these teams, and I love that these players get to show it off a little bit. I did go to one of the walk-ins, hoping to do a BTS vlog last week. Everyone was wearing sweatpants, so alas, it did not come to fruition, but you see a little bit of style popping through.
Sometimes your style is comfort. That's just the case. BTS being behind the scenes, we see those lovely features with Key. As we look at our overall score here, Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael, 45-43. We basically split the first two. The second set featured an unbelievable performance from Natalia Zila Pereira. And it's Natalia down in Brazil, and we're not surprised anytime she goes on.
Yeah, she's one of these players that you can count on in these situations to get the ball going. She's one of those players with so much experience that you're going to see that range from her cross court down the line. She loves that wrist away right there. She gets Monami on it, but this is what she can do really well, is take over sets. And you mentioned it, her points, 8 points in one set alone, just a huge part of the reason why this blue side were so successful.
Natalia and her side racked up 20 kills in just that second set. To the other side for Cooper, just 13. Their offensive output going down substantially in that second frame. If you're Team Cooper, how do you recapture it in the face of what's become a little bit of a blue wave?
Well, I think they lost a little bit of the balance that we thought was doing so well in that first set. Thomasai Lara getting a little bit quieter. She had 7 in the first set and only 1 point in that second set. So offensively, there need to be different positions firing on the orange side. Obviously, Cooper doing what she's been doing all season long, really, let alone all match long, but she needs that backup.
So Dixon will head out. Sambothi patrolling the net, looking for some blocks. Got a lot of digs out of the back row. Sydney Hilly starts in the front with Temi Thomasai Lara in that right back. Thomasai Lara contributing equitably here at the defensive end with 9 digs. Make it 10 off that one. Yes, it stays alive, but it's now dead.
Sambothi asking if there might have been some feet under the net.
Might have been a whole player under the net. Not worthy of a challenge just yet here at 1-0 Drews. Keep an eye on that match score. You see it's 45-44. That is for those 60 team points in the overall win. Reagan Cooper is undefeated in the captain's chair, having gone 3-0 last week with swings like that. And that ball ruled in. Julie Vogt is doing a lot of extra work up there at the R1 spot.
Well, the ball was in from where I was standing into the court by a mile. I'm not sure what the discussion is, if it's worth challenging.
Perhaps it's just a hopeful discussion. Maybe it was out. They seem to have figured it out on the Drews side. Temi, another dig. Cooper, not quite enough to get the kill that time. That's plenty to get the kill from Brittany Abercrombie coming back the other way. So I had some questions this week as to what Team Drews would do in terms of the setter position. Micah Hancock out right now on the floor. Marley Monserrat in the chair with us. Marley, you've been a little bit in and out of the lineup. How do you change your approach, or how do you manage yourself when you're starting one match and then reserve the next?
I don't think there's any difference. You know, you approach it the same way. It's a really great group of girls. It's really cool to be on any team, whether you're playing or not playing.
You were a big part of the success last week with Team Cooper. Do you feel like there was a little bit of sabotage? You were taken right off the board before Cooper had a chance to take a setter. Did you talk to Drews about that?
I did not. You know, it's just how the draft works sometimes. So I'm excited to be on this team. I love playing with Micah. Obviously, the chips fall where they may, and I love this team, though, so I'm really excited.
I love this diplomatic answer. Have you always been this easy to get along with?
I'm the youngest of 3 sisters, so you kind of have to learn to get along with people.
If you hope to get any bathroom time at all, you have to at least curry favor.
Yes, the old race to the showers.
Well, speaking of showers, somebody's going to be taking a shower earlier rather than later in this match. What did your team do well in the set that you won that you want to repeat?
I think Micah and I were talking in the timeout, and just getting the right side and the middles involved is super important, and it's kind of giving Orange a fit. So I think that was the biggest thing, and just Micah's doing so awesome diversifying the offense.
Did you hear that, Kevin? Getting the middles involved.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
Marley, you're creating a monster. Thanks, Marley.
Thank you so much.
I love her backing me up on that. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Love the communication there between the two setters in a timeout.
Yeah, I think that's also really crucial, and a point that she mentioned. If you're not on the floor, you can still contribute to your team having success by seeing something out there and giving that information to who's playing.
Oh, Sophie Fisher trying to keep that one up on her side, ends up just basically getting a kill for Team Drews. Nami Kojima with a couple of outstanding plays there as this third set remains tight. Abercrombie just 5 kills. Majority of the offense has been through the outsides. Better scoop that time from Fisher. Abercrombie doing her part. Hilly with another nice dig. She had one earlier. Manami under another one. Fisher dunking it down, using her height.
That's the value of having a tall setter. She pretty much just grabs the ball from the tape with one hand. Has enough ball control to just fling it only to her middle. There was really not much else that Hilly could have done there. You can't really put that ball to the backcourt, or unless, of course, you're Luciano DiCecco, you can do anything you want, but the easiest ball is to put it to your middle.
Overhead. Block all over that opposite attack. How about the setter attack? No, Cooper with the scoop. The Cooper scooper has it in the back row.
Playing in the backcourt. There's one change we saw. Took herself out in the last couple of sets. Now playing perhaps all the way around.
Yeah, being in and out. As captain, she gets to make those decisions. Everything flowing through the captain. Working with Caleb Banwarth as a facilitator coach, but it all comes down to number 20 and how she wants the set played. Dixon, good touch by Fisher, who will work in transition. Hilly got it, it ends up being a set, and it's blocked. I think Dixon had the left hand on it.
Great heads-up play from Dixon, making really good moves, great close. Cooper caught off guard, caught sleeping. A great finish from that left arm of Dixon.
Cooper's going to stay in there and pass the ball perfectly to make Fisher a weapon, and she just missed it. So back-to-back points for the Team Drews side as they draw back within 1 here, but you see that is not going to be enough in that overall score. Still a 3-point lead for Cooper. 51-48. Thomas Ilara down the line. Doug unable to get good wood on that one. Hoffman with a shot. A little too much. That looked like some hardwood, mahogany,
Redwood.
maple.
The Taylor Swift fans are all over you right now, Kev.
We are tied here in the third. Hoffman, good delivery. Temi Thomas-Ilara into the late arriving Dixon. That ball's alive. Now it's down. Team Drews putting together a little run here. It's 4-0. Captain at the line. High inside. Over the top down the line. What a technical swing.
That's the kind of swing we've been seeing from Cooper, and it's the height that she gets it at. And this time, Natalia doesn't have to make a full swing. It's not a full head of steam. It's just because she's inside, recognizes she can cut that back towards the line. The defenders will not be there. But for me, it's the height that she contacts it that makes the difference.
5-0 scoring run by Team Drews, keyed there by Natalia with the final kill. Over into double figures for the 4th time this season. Hoffman puts that inside the block and down. Power move from Claire Hoffman, who put herself in the record book up there in Washington. Said, hey, when I came to Washington, I didn't even know that I was going to be in the mix all the time, much less in the record book all the time. Fisher, tough serve. Micah Hancock, veteran move. Now this will be interesting.
This is a hard one because they both definitely touch the ball, and it'll come down to just the split second of who had it last.
Yeah, and this is the old challenge. So it used to be, if a ball was wiped like that pre-video review, the ball always went to the player that did the wiping. John Spra is the first coach I remember challenging and saying, no, no, no. The offensive player put it in the block and then threw the ball out of bounds. So they last touched it, per your point here, Key.
Oh, that's pretty much same time.
Simultaneous contact.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, great work by our crew there.
That is so hard to tell.
I mean, Micah's face says, that's my ball, back off.
Her face, she has that face a lot. That's the face of a
review,
setter.
The challenge for last touch was successful. Blue gets the ball.
What do you think about that call? It's going to be reversed from its initial call. It will be given to Team Drews and Micah Hancock. The result will match her expression.
I'm just glad I wasn't the one who had to make that call.
Okay. So Team Drews, 2-point lead here, and that puts us tied, 52 up. That ball is too long. And the ball never lies, is what everyone in orange is saying. Sambothy in the front row with Hoffman and Hilly. Temi Thomas-Ilara, blistering jumper. Sambothy, block, touch, turn. And that ball skips off the tape.
When you're in the front court, it's not always as simple as just playing volleyball. You got to play heads up more often than not. Just your reaction time and your speed is equally as important as your volleyball skills.
Hilly still in that front row. One-time Wisconsin star alongside Temi Thomas-Ilara. They'll both be on the floor tomorrow night before the match between Wisconsin and #1 in the nation, Nebraska, this year. They're looking forward to that match in the field house tomorrow evening as their alma mater tries to dethrone the #1 team. Right now, Thomas-Ilara is trying to win this match for Team Cooper. Third serve for her, way out in front. Manages it, and it's an ace. Plus 12 for TTA.
I don't think that was supposed to be an ace. Drews and Natalia looking at each other.
Straight change-up.
Yeah.
Hubby wife, go ahead and draw it, Key, quickly.
Where are my pens?
That's the hubby wife on the block, right through the seam. Daughter of a one-time corrections officer, Mike Hancock. Micah Hancock to serve. just long. And we will have a challenge from Dani Drews. I'm not sure what face that is.
I kind of like the look of this challenge, though. I think that was, if it was out, it was a hair.
It was close. I've got it out. Key, what say you in slow-mo?
Out.
Okay.
Not by much, though.
No, that is the greatest jump serve in the history of women's volleyball in America. Missing by just under an
the challenge for ball in out is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. So both teams are back to the floor. Team Drews now without a challenge remaining in this set. They've used both. I'm surprised they didn't go to Gray there. Been so good. Cooper continues to be good, looking for the touch. In fact, getting it called, despite Brittany Abercrombie waving her hands in the air like she just didn't care. And she also didn't touch it, but she did.
Cooper's been so good. 16 points already. We talked about the balance earlier. That's pretty much gone. It's her doing all the damage now.
Hilly with the dig. Cooper, tough swing. Natalia. Instead, it's Drews. Both captains getting a lot of attempts. That's another touch and another point for number 20.
Even an out-of-system ball, and that's a perfect example of what Cooper does really well. You saw the approach that she took, her entire arms and her body, making sure that her feet are getting her in a position to be able to attack a ball, even if it's not perfect.
Ace service. The run continues and is consequential. 15-10, as it was in the first set of the technical timeout. Team Cooper, the aggressor, they lead 60-53. We'll be back with the conclusion of this match. Cooper has taken back the power in the third. They lead once again 60-53 and are +5 in this frame. And in the frame on your screen are a couple of people with silly glasses on. We're getting in the season flavor here as Halloween approaches. Key Michael alongside Kevin Barnett. Key, how have Team Cooper gotten back to the way they were in the first set?
I cannot take you seriously right now. But Team Cooper have done a really good job of playing their strengths. And one of them is using their captain. We talked about her being the big point scorer of their team. And I love seeing her from every different area. She's playing a little bit of backcourt now. She's really athletic and dynamic and hits so high, you have to use her as a weapon.
I thought you might lick your hand or something during part of that. Key Michael's going to be nice and clean before this set is over. And look at our stats to this point. Team Cooper with double up on the blocks and double up on the aces, although very few aces in this one. Temi Thomas-Ailara picked up that management ace. That was a nice one.
Yeah, there's really not much kind of differentiating these two teams. A couple of blocks, a couple of aces, but they're so well matched up.
One thing they've done well on the Cooper side is limit Brittany Abercrombie.
That's a fact.
Temi Thomas-Ailara with the dig there. Cooper, and that is a souvenir. Abercrombie just 5 kills tonight. She has had 10 or more in 23 of 24 matches this season. She only had 5 in the very first match. Strange results for our 2024 champion. Drews, good pass. Gray, stop straight down. Sambothi strong. Get that on a t-shirt, Key Michael.
Sambothi strong.
Sambothi strong.
Middles for president. All of the t-shirts are going middles.
17-10. An even bigger lead in that match score. Kojima. International battle there. Japan versus Brazil. Hilly with the dig. Kojima, perfect set. And that'll fall. Well, it's ruled up. I had it down, Key. Net violation will negate any need for a challenge. Point Cooper.
Whether it was down or not, I still love that idea as well. You mentioned it, getting Abercrombie out of the offense is something Cooper's team has done really well, and there they get her on the floor. So even if that ball had played up, which they did play on, she's then not an offensive weapon.
They've kept Hoffman at the line. It's a 7-0 run. That is still good. Below the level of the net was Micah Hancock. Sambothy didn't like it. So she comes back with a kill the other way. 8-0 the run now. Wow. Yeah, and I hear the whistle for a timeout. Had to be. 19-10.
Yeah, that second swing had a little bit of extra spice on it from Sambothy. Nobody likes to be blocked on their overpass, especially by a backcourt setter.
Yeah, when you hit it straight down, it just happens to be on the hands of the setter there. They're hitting 260 in this set, not exactly tearing the world asunder, but it is to the 100 for the Team Drews side as they get some advice from Alicia Childress here. So Team Cooper with the advantage, and they have a unique pairing in the middle here. Sambothy, who we've seen starring just recently, but Sophie Fisher has been a fine addition to this league and hugely impactful in the block.
Yeah, 7 points on the night already, but she's been doing some crafty things like that. That tip throw, those balls where you just turn around to the net that I talked about. It's not necessarily skill, it's just reaction time. And then some solid blocks. I mean, that's what you want out of your middle, doing a little bit of everything, keeping the pressure off of Cooper herself. You have to have middles that are scoring offensively and defensively, and she's been doing just that tonight.
Fisher came in third in total blocks with 20, trailing just Molly McCage and Tori Dixon. That will be two AU veterans. Sophie Fisher in her rookie season here. Looking to continue this run, and they do. Sambothy again with a stuffed block. A 9-0 run. Claire Hoffman continues, and not anymore. She'd had enough.
Here's the problem with this format, and really any format of volleyball. You cannot allow teams to go on those kind of unchecked runs because it just becomes harder and harder to get back into it. Now at 20, it's almost a done deal.
Yeah, 20-10, that overall. And the set looking like they're going away. That'd be 100 team points for Team Cooper. Great blasted through, a little pickup there for the captain. Recomposes herself and has another kill. I really like the way she utilizes her length.
Yeah, and how about that little scoop out of the net? She looks really calm whenever anything is happening. There, you just don't, you cannot seem to rattle Cooper.
Back-to-back misses from the service line. Sambothy puts that one in the net, but 4 points away here. Cooper with 20 kills in the match. Temi Thomasai-Lara, her opposite. Second time in the season with double-figure digs. She has 14. And Shaylee Winters checks in once again with the service. Short on Cooper. Hilly nearly had the points there. Would have been plus 12. Instead, she'll dish out an assist. Drews off the net, through the block, right to Manami Kojima. 21 kills for number 20.
I'm loving the defense we're seeing from both sides right now. These rallies getting longer and longer. It does seem to be Cooper that's shutting it down at the end and being the one to terminate, but it's her team that's keeping her in a position to do so.
Cooper's gotten close to 20 before. It's the first time she's crossed that river. Fourth player in the season. Hilly with the dig. Temi just inside the block. All the options available. Sophie Fisher gets the rebound. And the second swing does stay alive. Do you go a third time? What do you think, Key? Nope, over the top. Hoffman dug up. High and tight. Drews having a hard time getting some swings, but they have been stopping the other side in this extended rally. Get the 0-2 out. Another nice bit of coverage, lots of small plays. Down the line, Kojima with another dig, +5. Cooper, the finisher. 22 kills for Reagan Cooper, and her side is 2 away from 140 total team points, 100 of them being earned in this set.
Some of the fans getting on their feet for that rally. This defensive effort has been phenomenal. Both sides just can't get a kill out here.
Veterans Memorial Coliseum and the Alliant Energy Center. It is a difficult place to get a K. Hilly can't quite get there, not for lack of trying. 68-56. Drews second all-time now in terms of kills in league history, and Sophie Fisher wants to challenge for a touch off of her elbow.
I honestly would have thought it might have had a touch with the way that trajectory went, but her face told other stories.
Thomas Ilara, high in rhythm attack. Good connection with Hilly, and we are at a set and match point. 100-point ball about to be served by Claire Chassé. Looking for the victory. Drews inside the block. Doug, no swing to be had. Back-to-back digs by Cooper. Drews right back to it. The captain inside and down. Second match and set ball.
Fisher having to work overtime here.
A lot of transitions. Good touch by Dixon. She'll get it right back and put it away.
And the difference now, Cooper not on court. She's made the switch. Claire Chassé in the backcourt. She's been their go-to when they needed a point. Now she's not there. How do they figure out how to get one?
Who do you set?
I go Fisher.
You'll need a pass. There it is. Key Michael, good call. Third opportunity to close the match has Team Cooper remaining undefeated despite being reconstituted with all new players, 9 new players, or actually 8 new players in this week because you have to count the captain. They continue to roll. Team Cooper wins 60 for the match and 40 for the set. We're back to Madison to talk to the winners. Team Cooper 70-59. The Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Champions Week is presented by Baden. They certainly look like champions. The women in orange open up 1-0 with a 70-59 victory. The captain, Reagan Cooper, now 4-0 with teams bearing her name, and perhaps none of the 4 victories have had more of a Cooper stamp on them than this one. 22 kills. 5 digs for the captain. She hit 420 in efficiency over the block, around the block, through the block, off the hands and out of bounds in a variety of different situations where the block knew she was getting it, and she delivered. There, a nice high swing there and a little bit of craft over the top in front of the defense. Reagan Cooper continues to expand her capability, and we have her now with Key Michael.
Reagan, you've been just going up since this season started. What have you done so well that you think?
I feel like just trusting my game, honestly. Like, sometimes I'll go into games doubting if I can still hit the shots I did before because other teams know what shots I like, but just trusting my shots and knowing that the defense on their side can't be perfect all the time, so just hitting what I know, and eventually it's going to fall and it's going to work.
I feel like another thing you've done really well is draft teams. You only had 2 players from last week, but yet you were still super successful. What's your strategy there?
Well, last week it was very defense heavy. I feel like this week we have a lot of arms, so we have a lot of offensive options, and I feel like Nami can just take the entire court. So even and Claire Hoffman as well, they work really well beside each other. So I feel like we have a solid defense, but the biggest key for me was having a lot of arms and a lot of offensive options.
And we learned that your team name were the Hawks. Yeah. Where'd that come from?
There's a restaurant by the hotel called Cooper's Hawks, and so since my last name's Cooper, they were like, we should be the Hawks, and Taylor took control of the cheer and the scoring and all that stuff, so everyone else loves it, so I think we're going to stick with that.
Flying high, keep on flying. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Kevin, back to you.
Team Cooper victorious over Team Drews, and that will have a lot of Team Cooper starting to populate this top 4 here. Claire Hoffman into the 4th place spot. Reagan Cooper holding on to that number 2 spot pretty deftly. Dani Drews in the loss still up there via 14 kills and 6 digs. Jordan Thompson is going to be in action next against Morgan Hens. You see Henson there at 19-28. She could definitely get back into the top 4. Could the multiple-time captain on this season. Our next AU broadcast comes your way at 9 Eastern. Team Thompson facing Team Hens. Check out where to watch over on the website auprovolleyball.com. For Key Michael and our entire crew here in Madison, I'm Kevin Barnett. Thanks for watching and congratulations, Team Cooper, 70-59.